Get in the frame, homo.
Sorry. It's hard to.
It's hard. It's hard to do a lot of things. What?
Thing.
What? Okay. So, we're back, and we're gonna read something. Alright, adultfanfiction.net. Diamond Takes It Rough.
By Fairy Slayer.
Fairy Slayer!
The fairy death.
That's the sound it makes.
That's what fairy slaying sounds like.
Okay, the two prissy little ponies, Diamond, Tiara, and Silver Spoon. Yeah, you know where this is going now.
Oh my god.
We're trotting down the wooded path. Big smiles plastered on their smug little faces. They traded short giggles here and there until Silver Spoon finally couldn't stop chortling. A moment later, they'd stopped at a fork in the trail and started laughing uncontrollably. I can't believe you got Apple Bloom to cry! Silver said before sucking in a few more deep breaths. I mean, Sweetie Belle is easy.
Almost too easy.
Tiara interjected with rolling eyes. But Apple Bloom usually just gets huffy and stomps off, but you got her really good.
Why, thank you.
Diamond Tiara answered while taking a little bow.
It just came to me on the spot, really.
Silver added, I love how you caught her off guard. For a second, the little fool probably thought you were actually sympathizing with her.
As if.
I couldn't possibly imagine a better delivery either.
You're cute. That's you, isn't it?
I'm trying to... Your cutie mark... I don't know how to talk like you. Your cutie mark is just a little slow. But then wait for it. Then wait for it. Just like your big brother. She bawled so hard, even Sweetie Belle was embarrassed. Silver Spoon let out one last laugh, then added, although when she first started trembling like that, I thought she was almost going to charge you.
Seriously.
Tiara sighed.
Those blank flanks may not be that smart, but even they're not stupid enough to do anything like that to us.
Foreshadowing.
Yep.
I suppose you're right. Well, I better get home for my singing list.
Nice
Spoon
voice.
sighed.
Spoon.
Spoon. Alright, are you ready?
Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Bump, bump, sugar lump, lump.
I forgot they did that.
She added, while exchanging pats and then finishing with each slapping her bottom against the others, making a satisfying slapping noise. Cola. See you tomorrow, Silver Spoon said as she trotted down her path.
Ta-ta!
Diamond Tiara called after her.
Oh my god, that's a lot of text.
I know. Og! 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 Gee, the fuck.
There you are. Diamond Tiara.
You ready to say ta-ta?
Yeah.
She paused to show up her gloating smile to no one in particular for a moment before continuing on her way. Not far down the path, she heard what sounded like something hard falling down onto a rock, but it made a muffled clicking noise, almost musical. She paid no heed until she heard it again. She turned and flicked along the edge of the path. Just next to some large leafy bushes, she saw something shining. It was perfectly cut against, shimmered in olive green. Peridot, probably. When she reached down to pick it up, she also noticed another small, shimmering stone. Forgetting her perfectly coiffed hairstyling, she hunched down and crawled underneath to find a tiny diamond. With a more effort, and no less scuffs and dirty lines drawn into her magenta body, she reached a pebble-sized piece of amethyst. But before she could give it a good look, she saw the mother lode. In a little clearing was a small pile of gems, all different kinds. They were sitting in a tiny spot of sunshine, shining through the leaves, making them sparkle as the leaves were. Nothing would have stopped Diamond Tiara from crawling through the thickest, thorniest bushes to get them. She neither noticed nor cared that the clearing was completely surrounded with those difficult bushes and shrubberies. Tiara took off her saddlebags and flipped one open before turning to push all the jewels into a tight pile. Then she let out a squeal of delight as she picked up the small treasure, gazing at the hooffuls of shiny beauty. Then the gems suddenly darkened, as did everything around her. She looked up to see what dark shadow was descending on her. The dark form grew ever bigger as it fell. She bolted for the edge of the clearing and tried desperately to force her way out, but in her rush she couldn't nose aside the thick tangle of branches and roots in time. A moment later she was grabbed by her ankles and yanked out into the center of the clearing. She was too scared to look up, but before she could turn her head, a hoof pressed her muzzle down into the dirt while almost stepping on her eye.
Oh my god. I didn't know they were yours. You can have them all back.
She shrieked.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry!
Oh, you will be sorry. A familiar young voice sneered as the hoof was removed. Tiara let out a few whimpers and dared to look up.
Scootaloo?
That's my name. Don't wear it out. I'm not good with voices. I have a few.
Beautiful.
This is my Scootaloo voice. I've used it in other stories.
Have you?
I have.
It's a great voice.
It's sort of like my, throat cancer patient voice.
Okay. See where you're coming from.
Scootaloo smokes. She smokes.
She's a cool kid. Of course she smokes.
The earth pony sniffled and tried to regain her composure.
Oh, is that me? Oh. What's wrong with you, ruffian? Don't you know how much trouble you'll get for messing me all up like this?
Then she huffed and started to get up, but Scootaloo raised her forehead and knocked the little snob onto her side. BAM!
Stop it! When my parents find out, you'll be severely punished.
Scootaloo pushed her face down, almost into Tiara's, smiled so hard that she bared her teeth. Then I'd better make sure it's worth it, right? And besides, you're the one who got yourself all messy, scrounging around like an animal for some stupid rocks. You made it too easy for me. The magenta pony felt her confidence melt away again. She tried to turn her face towards the ground so Scootaloo wouldn't see new tears welling up.
What do you want?
Well, you said you were sorry, and I just want to make sure.
Huh?
Huh? Well, first of all, you made Apple Bloom cry. I don't like it when some pony makes my friends cry. Diamond's voice got a little higher as she rambled.
I'll say I'm sorry. First thing at school in the morning.
Scootaloo stopped just inches from her prisoner's head.
Hard.
Just inches! Diamond let out a shriek, cut short when Scootaloo covered her mouth with the Pegasus got in her face and hissed, "That's not good enough!"
Tonight, I'll go right to her quaint little farm and tell her, I promise.
Scootaloo swiftly grabbed Tiara's front fetlocks and pinned them to the ground, forcing the helpless fiddly under her back.
Damn.
The Pegasus took a moment to straddle the prissy pony's belly, fully trapping her. That's a start, but you forgot the most important part.
What's that?
Teamwork. Scootaloo pressed in harder with her four hooves. Making Diamond yelp. That's what you said about Big Macintosh.
Of course,
Shh. Scootaloo softly commanded, while staring into Diamond's eyes. Her smooth, smiling face in full contrast to the dangerous anger in her eyes. Let me tell you something about Big Macintosh. Ever since we met, Apple Bloom has been nothing but awesome to me and Sweetie Belle, like we're his sisters too. Sure, he makes us do our homework and stuff, but he's always finding us stuff to use and secretly gives us special treats. And while we may not have our cutie mark yet, he teaches us stuff. Special grown-up stuff, if you know what I mean. Diamond could only give her captor a blank stare. Scootaloo's eyes went wide and then she said, "Oh, I guess you don't, but don't worry, because I'll teach you right now."
Ooh.
Diamond protested.
But I have to...
Scootaloo's face shot forward and yelled right in Diamond's ear, "Right now, got it?" The terrified magenta pony could only nod, even with Scootaloo's noise still in her ear. The Pegasus was satisfied and released Tiara's forelegs. Now get up.
The voice.
Diamond didn't dare hesitate and was on her feet in seconds. Just imagining you're all cute, small, and you're just like...
Just like being like a rapist right now. Oh. Where are we?
Oh, sorry. Oh, well, I stopped at a good place. Let's see my next line.
Oh my god, no.
It begins. Then Scootaloo rolled onto her back and spread her haunches. Pony haunches. Philly haunches. Adorable. I'd eat them. Barbecue them up.
Burger.
Philly haunches.
Billy Haunch's burger.
Now kiss my vagina.
Wow.
Magenta Pony cringed at the vagina is a swear word. You're a vagina! Oh. You're Diamond Tiara's vagina!
Oh god.
Okay, so she
Loose.
even drew back a little. Scootaloo was on her hind legs in the flash and had a hoof raised over Diamond's face. Dory, you get a black eye! She snapped her straight. Break your fucking legs! And you know what they say to ponies happens with broken legs. Is that what you want? Do you want to get shot? Tiara sniffed and shook her head. Fresh tears streamed down her cheek as Scootaloo laid back again. Lick it. Tiara hesitated, but she knew Scootaloo was way too fast to be out of the clearing. Besides, even if she did slip away, the Pegasus would hop over the bushes and be waiting for her on the other side. Oh.
Just keep reading it.
No, doing what she was told was the only way she wouldn't be sent to the special clinic in St. Louis. How do they know about this? That's horrible! That's awful!
St. Louis?
That's awful!
That's terrible.
That's terror bad. It's terror awful bad.
Yes.
Bad.
That's in bad taste.
I don't...
I don't know.
Scootaloo's low growl was enough to make Tiara close her eyes and poke her snout into her tormentor's lower belly. She forced herself to stick out the tip of her tongue and take a few tentative licks. Lower, Scootaloo ordered, and bigger licks. Diamond reluctantly took a half step back and started making longer passes with more of her tongue. Then she brought her mouth down towards Scootaloo's barely visible slit, but couldn't bring herself to there. Instead, she moved her attention to the crease against the Pegasus' inner thigh. Scootaloo sighed. I should have figured you'd be a tease. The orange pony sat up again and held the sides of Tiara's head, forcing her snout down into her pussy proper while she scootalooed forward a little. The earth pony suddenly began struggling. Scootaloo yanked Tiara's head up and got a nose-to-nose with her. What? She spat.
I'm gonna throw up.
Are you saying I'm stinky?
No, I'm just thinking about it. Just thinking about it makes me
Don't think then! The Pegasus grunted while pushing the magenta's pony mouth back into her snatch. And you better not throw up or I'll make you eat it.
Why?
You do it.
Licking.
I give you the good part. The
Uh,
good part. The good part.
I'll do my best, you guys. Licking Scootaloo's pussy suddenly seemed much more palatable. At first, Tiara lapped at Scootaloo's outer lips like they were the edge of an ice cream cone. She started to notice some weird
Dollar
flavor.
Scoop night.
Faint, but a bit tangy. Not gross, but not what she'd call tasty either. But before she could think too much about it, Scootaloo slapped the back of her head.
Harder!
Tiara dug deeper with her tongue, releasing even more of that strange scent, but that didn't bother her as much as the thought of accidentally licking the orange pony's pee hole. What? Or worse, her butthole.
Oh shit.
Scootaloo carefully pushed down Tiara's muzzle until her tongue was swishing around in between her tiny inner lips. Try to stick your tongue.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
I'm the one that says stick your tongue in.
Anyways, she said while squeezing the
Cody
sides.
thinks of us right now.
I don't even know.
Fuck him.
She said while squeezing the sides of her prisoner's head even harder.
Deeper. No. That sucked. Deeper! Deeper! Here we go, that third one.
Good
Deeper!
Job. Good job. Again. Tiara licked as hard as she could and even jabbed her muzzle in a few times, drawing a few moans from the Pegasus, who only kept pulling her in harder and harder until Tiara thought her neck was going to snap. Finally.
Pony neck.
I know. Oh. Finally, the Earth Pony jerked her face away and squealed, "I can't get it in."
No, stupid, you just act like you're trying to stick it in, Scootaloo huffed. As Tiara began to nose her way back when Scootaloo pushed her back. Hello, Scootaloo, she mocked herself, rolling her eyes. Of course you don't know how to eat out of Philly, because no pony's ever done you.
Oh,
they're like 12.
I know.
Scootaloo didn't...
Tiara
Tiara didn't resist as Scootaloo pushed her over her back again and then straddled the magenta pony's face. Now I'll start doing stuff to you and you do it back to me exactly the same. Got it? Tiara could nod. Her nose accidentally gliding across the orange Pegasus' half-slicked vulva.
Ew.
Vaginas.
I know.
First, Scootaloo gripped Tiara's hocks, somewhat skewed, to spread her legs extra wide. There was no Tiara could spread Scootaloo's firmly planted legs, but she gripped tight onto he hocks just the same. When she did, the Pegasus ground her sex into her face for a few seconds with chuckling.
She ground her sex into her face.
Damn.
Okay.
This wasn't so creepy, I'd be getting a boner.
I couldn't. No. No, I couldn't.
Not even for ponies.
No. Not for this.
I mean, if it was like, not this.
Nope. Have to be boy ponies.
You...
No, Theron. No.
Are you telling me that you wouldn't watch Applejack stuff her tongue as deep as possible in Butterfly's vag?
I would get a boner from it.
But you'd watch it.
Yeah, but that's a different
It would be
thing.
an enjoyable experience for all involved. That's all that needs to be said.
Continuing on.
My bottle just came over my face.
Good
Name my bottle Scootaloo.
job.
God, hold on. Turn the fan on us. This is bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not sitting over there anymore.
God, hold on.
Taking forever.
Well, you could have been fucking reading. You read it. My turn's over.
Okay. The orange filly began swirling her tongue really hard in small circles, but just above the top of Tiara's slit. God. Though that's what Tiara had been scolded for doing before she began doing the same. A sudden hard jab of Scootaloo's nose made the Earth Pony realize that it was more the speed and strength than exactly where. To make the point crystal clear, Scootaloo wrapped her lips around just inside the top of her victim's slit and swished her tongue back and forth really hard over Tiara's clitoral hood, making her let out a squeak.
I always thought it was kind of sexy when they have, like, terminology in there. It's really right there.
I suppose
You know
so.
what that is?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like anatomy.
That's a good part. It's a good part of the body.
I guess.
Shut up. It's because I'm expanding my horizons.
I don't need to expand my horizons. But, wait, where was I? Oh, but before she could follow the instructions, Scootaloo had moved down to the middle of Tiara's pussy.
Pussy!
Pussy! I don't like that word. The prissy pony...
Pussy.
No.
Pussy.
I'll say it if it comes up. The prissy pony cringed a few times as
Pussy
she heard
pony.
and felt Scootaloo spit on her privates. But the sensation of her tongue running up and down inside her slit, especially lingering near the bottom and flicking
Here's a
against
much
her
better word.
special place, made her head swim. The Pegasus had to smush her cunny into Tiara's
Smush her
face.
cunny into Tiara's face to remind her to get busy herself. The snooty girl no longer minded the strange chase of Scootaloo's juices, or even if she cared, she was licking her pee-hole. She lapped her way back up to Scootaloo's clitoris. Tiara was starting to feel some kind of pressure building inside of her, some strange aching need. It was like hunger, but definitely not about food. Scootaloo pulled away for a moment. Oh yeah, Philly bitch. Eat me good. Then the Pegasus only sped up her pace, pressing harder and perhaps even pushing her tongue a little bit too hard into Tiara's snatch. The magenta filly was having a harder and harder time keeping up, but Scootle didn't hesitate to hump her cunny against Tiara's face whenever she felt like it. To the magenta filly, it was downright maddening. Tiara didn't even think about what she was being forced to do to Scootaloo, but her tears were forming in her eyes as she tried to figure out these strange feelings and urges. Her body promised of some unknown pleasure, but it didn't give her a single clue about how to reach it. She redoubled her efforts to keep up with Scootaloo, figuring that Pegasus knew more and would show her. It had to be what Scootaloo was after herself, surely. Enthusiasm. Read it. Cunny, pussy, clitoris. So this, you gotta say these things like.
No. Scootaloo threw her head back and grunted.
Ah! I'm coming! Go harder! Harder!
She smashed her cunny into Tiara's face and shook the filly's hocks while shouting,
Look at whether you got it or breaks your eggs right now, you little asshole!
Tiara squealed with frustration from the sudden loss of pleasure, but she didn't dare disobey. She licked and sucked up and down Scootaloo's pussy with all she had, even pulling herself up onto Scootaloo's hind legs just to lick and nuzzle even harder.
There! Right there!
Scootaloo shouted when Tiara was sucking on her now quite swollen clit.
Can 12-year-olds even get swollen clits?
I don't even know. I'm just reading.
That's
Scootaloo's
a creepy
legs.
thing.
Yes, very. Scootaloo's legs began trembling hard. She let go of her victim's legs and instead dropped herself down across Tiara's belly, all the while humping her face as she went over the edge. As Tiara kept licking and sucking, she felt a fresh wave of warm juice drizzling down her muzzle, a little even getting into her eye.
Oh. Well.
Gross.
What?
Scootaloo's insides were pulsing harder than she'd ever felt before, making it too hard to keep thrusting her bottom. So she found herself at the mercy of Tiara's unskilled tongue and fear-induced obedience. A soothing heat in her sexton tummy spread out across her body in a rolling wave, driving away a chill she hadn't realized was there before.
As her head cleared, she found herself rubbing the side of her face on Tiara's belly and pussy, nuzzling the latter just enough to make the magenta filly all the more frustrated. Then she felt the painful shocks as Tiara kept licking her very sensitive clit. You can stop it now. Tiara hesitated, then obeyed. She sensed a certain finality in Scootaloo's voice that actually made her feel disappointed. Not bad for your first time, the Pegasus panted. Once Scootaloo's head had cleared enough, she pushed herself up, making sure to press one hoof into Tiara's chest as she did, and then turned to face her. Wow, did I get you good? Scootaloo laughed when she saw how wet and matted Tiara's face had made her. She steadied herself a bit and then leaned forward, making Tiara turn her head away. Then Scootaloo carefully started licking all over Tiara's face, her muzzle, chin, and even her forehead, lapping up all of her own juices and some of the stunned filly's tears.
Okay.
I feel bad reading this. And the best part is, we're only halfway! Oh my god! I think we got, you know.
Do we need to finish?
Oh, wait a minute!
Oh god.
Wait a minute! Oh, so, alright, so Diamond starts liking the BDSM aspect. There's some talking where she says this quote, Miguel. Through sniffles and tears, the Earth Pony confessed.
I'm just a dirty filly nobody likes. I always want to do nasty sicko things. I'm a bad girl, and I'm begging you to do that disgusting stuff to me. Okay.
I just wanted to read that again.
Oh, man.
Tiara starts rasping out things like that's it and yes, yes.
Tiara's whoring it up. I'm a dirty, disgusting, nasty girl. Whatever you want, please just keep doing it.
Oh, so she's huffing her ass,
Oh, wow.
whapping her slit with her tail.
Jeez. It's extreme.
So I guess she came. I don't really know. I wasn't reading.
I saw that she wanted her to have something.
Apparently.
jizz.
Oh, hey, look, Spike was in on it, I guess. He's the one that supplied the gems.
Oh, shit.
I guess Spike cleans her up. I don't know, whatever. I guess they're still in on it.
And then she gets invited to hang out with Scootaloo and Big Mac, the rest of the Cutie Mark Crusaders.
Oh, and then Scootaloo to Spike. You be Spike for a second.
Where?
Down at the very bottom. He kept snacking as he put his stuff away, occasionally licking the glittering dust off his lips with his long, agile tongue. Scootaloo suddenly stepped forward and kissed him on the cheek, letting her lips linger for a second or two against his soft scales. He gave her a curious look, but just smiled, thinking it was just another thank you. Hey, we're having a slumber party on our fort on Friday, Scootaloo hesitantly explained. We're not allowed to have boys stay over, but you can come for dessert. Big Mac always brings us something really delicious, and then we play special games for a while.
Sure, it sounds like fun.
Scootaloo shivered as he thoroughly licked his lips again. Oh, you have no idea. I'd thank God.
I don't know how to feel about this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, alright, let's break it down. It was very few grammatical errors for how long it was.
That's true.
The sex dialogue was pretty good. I thought
It wasn't horrible.
that it was because there's not dicks in it. I thought that you did good. I did. I thought you did good.
This is ridiculous.
I mean, I'm not judging you for writing a story about 12-year-olds. I don't really know what to say about it. I don't know what are your thoughts?
I don't have any. I'm speechless. Except for that.
So hopefully we did a good enough job reading your amazing story. And I have nothing more to say.
See ya till next time.
Peace!